reason.
Well, he put something in the car.
Remember, there's cameras everywhere.
He put that bat in that car.
Oh, the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I mean, that he could have put that in any car. He could have put that in.
He could have.
Stacey, you're
So you're saying that?
teasing
So you're
your-
saying that something was on the bat?
Remember what we said earlier about I'm not going to spoon feed you and give you every little thing we got.
Look, listen.
The bat doesn't.
I'm listening to you.
The bat
I am
doesn't
listening.
matter.
Trust me.
We're trying to explain to you that you got to realize that Gerard is involved in this. Someone was last seen being chased by somebody with a baseball bat.
Right.
Those 4 guys come back without the other guy they're chasing.
Okay. Yeah.
And that bat is then placed in the car. And then they leave. Put yourself in our shoes. What does that look like to you? Honestly, just...
That he did something with the bat?
To who?
I'm saying to Jamel.
Yeah.
He put the...
Figure this out all you want, or you can just tell us what happened.
No, because I don't know. I promise you I don't know. I was not... Okay, so he asked me for the keys to the car. I didn't think anything of that. Because like I've said, I'm not thinking anything because I'm saying to myself, I'm thinking to get this car while police here before Jamel come back. So obviously I'm thinking that Jamel coming back. So if he put there's a lot of bats up there at the park. So if he put the car in the bat, the bat in the car. Okay, whatever. Ask me whatever you want to ask me, because...
Did Gerard text you that night?
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Do you have those?
Yeah. I have a lot of texts, though, so it'll take a moment to go do it.
Do you remember what you guys talked about when he texted you that night?
Gerard? No, I don't know what you texted about.
Was it about Jamel?
I'm about to look and see.
Okay. When's the last time you had a conversation with Gerard about this present situation?
We talk about it all the time.
Okay. When's the last time? Did you talk about it today? What did you guys talk about today? About this situation? Huh?
No, I told him that I had an appointment to come down.
Okay. And what was his response to that?
And he just wanted to tell me something, give me something to think about.
Okay. So what did he instruct you to do when you came down here? What did he tell you to say? Did he give you a script to come down here and tell you to say anything?
No.
Lie.
No, he never told me. He never told me. He just said, I want to give you something to think about, but he just never told me.
And what was he trying to tell you to think? What did he want you to think about?
He said he wanted to tell me, give me something to think about, but he never told me exactly what he wanted me to think about. But no, he didn't give me any script or anything like that.
Okay.
I just told him that I had an appointment to come down here at 5:30.
Okay. At any point, has he ever asked you to tell us something to help protect him, as if he was not there or not involved in this?
No, he never told me to tell y'all that he wasn't there.
Motherfucking lie.
Okay, so you did that on your... So you came in here and intentionally lied to us on your own accord,
I didn't
right?
intentionally lie to you all.
What would you call it?
I wanted to say that he was there, but I just...
But how many times were you given an
I just
opportunity to
feel-
say that, but you didn't? Does that, you know what I mean? Put yourself in our shoes. Man, I wanted to win the lottery, but I have yet to do that. I truly don't think you understand how serious this situation is.
Do you realize you can go to prison for lying?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you all the truth now. What else you want to know?
We want to know what happened
We just want you to help us. That's all we want
to
you to do.
Jamel.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here.
And you are here, but you're not. We are giving you our commitment to do the very best we can to bring Jamel home.
Let me tell you, beginner criminal, something. When the police is asking you questions when you're in the interrogation room, 9 times out of 10, they asking you questions that they got the answers to already. All right? So, if you're going to stick with a story, you might as well stick with the fucking story. Or you say, I like to talk to my lawyer now. But see, when you do shit like Stacy doing, you just railroad yourself. You dig a hole that you ain't gonna be able to get out of.
We're not getting your commitment in return because there's more information that you know that you're not sharing with us.
Okay. Well,
And we're able to prove that.
ask me.
Okay? Okay, let's start with the conversations between you and Gerard.
Do you have those messages pulled up?
Okay, let's start with this.
Okay.
We executed a search warrant.
Okay.
Okay? On your messages and Gerard's messages.
Okay.
Okay? You can put your phone down for a second. That way you can have mine. We can have each other's undivided attention. I have the messages right here.
You can just put your phone
So
up
if you
here.
just put it right there for me for just a minute. Okay?
There's nothing recording on this or anything, right? Can I just verify that? Okay, that's all.
I want you to take a look at these, okay? And I want you to help explain some of those messages that are on there.
Okay.
Is there a way to silence it? Or can we just turn it off right now? We'll turn it back on.
Silent.
Is there anything on there that you think could be problematic for you? Yeah, there is.
When I said kick his behind.
You damn right. You set your own son up to get his ass whipped and something bad happened. Okay? Now, what does that make you? That makes you part of it. Stacey, you got 2 options right now. Okay? One is to try to get out in front of this thing. I want you to picture yourself right now. You know what a train trestle is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Okay. What's the only means of escape on a train trestle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is a train trestle? Essentially, it's a bridge, right? Train tracks over that's extending over something, whether it be a body of water, a deep gap, mountain, whatever it may be, right? So you got 1 or 2 options, right? You can move.
Just because I said to kick his behind, that don't mean that's just to kick his behind. That's first of all, Gerard was a father figure to him. He could kick his behind.
I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
So for me to say that, if he's sitting here around here, he disrespecting me, he need his behind kicked.
Okay.
He need his behind whipped. But not.
We don't disagree with that.
At the point that
We don't disagree with
so
that.
don't sit here trying to make me feel like
Things got out of hand, Stacey.
But you're trying to sit here making me seem like I caused this whatever to happen.
You participated. By letting them know what time he was coming home, by calling him. You helped facilitate
No,
that.
I didn't help facilitate because when I called him, he didn't answer.
Okay, but you're feeding Gerard that information. You're feeding Gerard information what time he's going to be there.
Okay.
Okay?
From what I
So you're
understand
facilitating
now,
that.
From what I understand now, that I need to get me an attorney. Basically, you telling me that I need to get me an attorney.
I'm not telling you that. That is a personal decision that you need to make.
That's what I plan on
Okay.
doing.
All right, that's fine. So you can sit here. We're seizing your phone as evidence. And we'll move on from here. Okay?
I mean, you sitting here trying to make me
we're not.
feel like
Can you put your other stuff up here for me for just a minute, please?
Just gotta make sure you have
I
nothing
just
in
want to
there.
make sure nothing's up. Okay.
No weapons or nothing.
So what, you finna arrest me?
Yeah.
I don't want to be arrested.
Okay. Well, sorry.
We can't talk to you if you request an attorney.
Okay, I don't want an attorney.
If you decide otherwise, then you can knock on the door and you can let us know. Okay.
I did. I want out. I don't want to get arrested.
That's I can't have that to you. I can't use that as a means
But I don't want to get arrested.
persuasion for you to.
No, you're not persuading.
We need to understand. I need you to understand that you have to talk freely and voluntarily. There is nothing I can do, and I'm not trying to persuade you to talk to me.
Yes,
okay?
you are. You're
No, I'm
trying to
not.
scare me.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. This is not a game.
You are, because you're basically making me feel like.
Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, we're gonna step out for a couple minutes. I want you to collect your thoughts.
I done collected them.
Just collect them.
I
We'll
done
come back.
collected them.
We'll come back and we'll
No, I have
readdress.
collected them.
Would you like a bottle of water or something to drink?
Nope.
We will come back and
Give us
collect.
just a minute.
See, at this point, you know, Stacy kind of knew that she was caught, you know, so she'd throw a little bit of the truth in there, you know what I mean? But they had proof that she was texting Gerard, Jamel's whereabouts and when he was coming home. And I mean, Gerard was even hiding in the garage. And though she tried to, you know, continue to lie, it really doesn't work for her. You know, she get railroaded. And once she get railroaded, she decides to lawyer up. She changed her mind real quick.
Don't you think Jamel at some point was concerned for his personal safety? When 4 grown men, one of which is his stepfather, who is armed with a baseball bat, are running wildly through a neighborhood chasing him.
Because they wasn't running. What they was doing is they was on the sidewalk over there. Jamel was face backwards, talking a lot of.
I don't disagree with that.
And then the guys was just walking. I didn't see nobody running. I just saw them walking down the sidewalk. He was walking, but he was backing up. And then he was just talking.
Okay. Well, the surveillance video clearly shows them running. Like I told you, there's video all over the place. Okay.
Well, during the time that they was running, I couldn't have been out there because, like I said, when I saw them, they was walking down the sidewalk and Jamel was turning around.
When is the last time you saw that Lincoln car?
The next day.
The next day. Where?
When we was getting ready to go to downtown, he came by the house.
Okay. So he came by the house and picked you up for y'all to go downtown?
No, I drove my car.
You drove your car? But he met you at your house? Do you remember about what time that was?
Maybe 10.
Okay. So he drove the Lincoln that morning? Okay. And was the windshield intact that morning?
But it was like, it's busted. It was messed up.
When you say messed up, how was it messed up?
Like, busted out. Like, I don't even understand.
Busted out as in, like, it wasn't there?
No, like it was, like, busted. You know how somebody busts your car and you have, like, all of this shattered glass? It was like that.
Correct?
Yeah.
So if he has access to another vehicle that doesn't have a...
Because it's a work car. It's my
But you weren't going to work. You were going downtown.
No. He goes to work. He drives truck.
To stay here and talk to us yesterday with the information that
I did. I did talk to you.
You were here for about 45 minutes. A team from missing persons to homicide says that we have them. We have information on Jamel. Wouldn't you want to know that as a mother?
Exactly, yeah. And that's why I came down here. But I still have I still have other things that I have to do. I still have priorities that I have to do. So I did come and sit down here and talk to you for 45 minutes.
But what about since then? How about Detective Tomberg said you called several times. You never asked about Jamel. You just asked about where's my BMW. That's concerning, Stacey.
Okay. So when we first started this conversation, probably more than 2 hours ago, you lied to us and told us that Gerard was not in the house. correct?
Yeah.
It was just you,
And the kids.
Ronnie, and Gerard Jr., right? Why lie to us about that?
I already told you. Like, just basically just to say that, you know, I didn't really want him to get in trouble because he still got to help raise his other sons.
I understand that. But who is responsible for the decisions that Gerard makes?
He is.
Okay. So why should you put yourself in jeopardy for something that he did? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Okay. You've got to look out for number one. You got to do what's in the best interest for you and your children. Okay. Does anyone else come in the house?
What you mean?
At this point, 21:49, which by military time, are you familiar with military time? What time is that?
10. Nope, 9.
9:49. That's 11 minutes until 10 o'clock. Okay. You send Gerard a message. Okay. This is your telephone number. 904-982-2715. Correct? Gerard's telephone number. What's Gerard's telephone number?
Yeah, that's it. 543-534-726.
Okay. You send him a message asking him what?
What's your outside?
Okay. So you were expecting him to come over. Correct? Gerard's response? Yep. Gerard immediately, not immediately, several minutes later, Gerard texts you and says, what time do he normally get home? Who is Gerard referring to there?
Jamel.
Okay, so he is asking you what time Jamel gets home. Why do you think he's asking you that?
So that he could to see how long it's going to be before they have to wait for him.
Okay, so it's your understanding at this point that Gerard is outside of your house and he's waiting for Jamel to get home. And has there already been conversations between you on the phone of why he is outside waiting for him?
He told me that he don't come over here and talk to him. He
Okay.
talk to him and see why he
Okay, so you knew that he was coming over to confront Jamel about something that happened at the park. Okay. So your response a minute later is that he is usually here at 9 something, right? Gerard immediately replies and asks you what?
to call him and see where he at.
Okay, so he wanted you to call him to find out what?
Where he at and how long he going to be.
And how long he's going to be. Okay. What does this mean when you respond to him? When it says, maybe scared to come?
Yeah, maybe he's scared to come. Maybe he think that y'all already out there waiting on him to come because
Okay. Did you call Jamel?
I don't think so.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, and I could look at my phone.
Okay. We'll look at that. But there's something that tells me that you did call him. So Gerard says at 22:28, which is now 10:30, Gerard's been here for 40 minutes outside your house waiting. He says, I'm tired of waiting. What is your response?
Yeah, I'm going to come in and wait.
What does y'all imply?
Because I knew somebody else was out there with him.
Okay, so you knew that there was more than one person. You knew there was more than Gerard. At that point, who did you know was with Gerard?
No, I
But
knew him.
nevertheless, you knew that there was more than one person with Rod. Or you knew that there was at least one or more persons with Rod outside. So he asked you if you're working, which is a valid question based on what you told us that you begin your shift at 10 p.m. Okay. And then your response is, no, I didn't think that would be smart. What does that mean?
I don't know, because I was working. Because I had proof that I was working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking you because I don't know what that would.
I don't
What
know.
that I can draw my own inference on what I think that means.
Yeah.
But I was just curious what your interpretation of that and why that was phrased
Yeah, maybe
that way.
because, I don't know, maybe because I knew Jamel would probably come home with some noise and all of that stuff like that. So
Okay.
but
So that remark was done, and again, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm just trying to understand. So that remark was sent, or that phrase was sent, or reply, however you want to word it, was sent to him because you anticipated some type of disturbance once Jamel got home. Mm-hmm. Okay. At 22:31, which is 10:31 p.m., Gerard sends you a text that says WYD. What does that mean?
What you doing?
What you doing? What is your response?
I said looking at y'all.
Okay. How are you looking at them?
I saw them through the window.
Okay. Now, are you peering through the blinds, curtains? Is the window open?
Through the blinds.
Okay. Gerard then says, did you call? That's at 22:32. Your response is, wasn't another car out there. What does that mean?
I just thought it was more than one car out there.
Okay. Did you think, whose car did you think that was? Someone that was with Rod?
Yeah, somebody that was with them.
Okay.
Because I saw.
So you didn't believe that to be Jamel's car when you said wasn't another car out there? Okay. Then you reply, no answer. What does that mean?
Maybe I don't think I called him. I just think I told him no answer. I mean, I could look at my phone and see.
Okay. But you don't, right now, you don't have an independent recollection of making that phone call. Okay.
I think I just.
And that's fair. I mean, it's been a couple months, albeit this is a very significant event. All right. This next one, I'm not going to ask you to read it out, and I'm not going to read it to you out of respect for you. Okay? That's not why we're here, about your personal business. But that's a rather odd comment for someone to make when they're in the midst of having a confrontation or anticipating a confrontation with someone, and they're there with some of their friends. A little strange, but maybe that's just the kind of relationship you have.
Was there any intimate things that happened between you that night?
At 22:36, Gerard asked, unlock the door. Do you remember that? Okay. And then you unlock the door. Is that right?
No. I said, let me know. Did I say, let me know when?
That's him.
Oh, that's him. So, must have unlocked the door.
So at that point, you come downstairs and unlock the door, and you let him in. And now we're back to where I got ahead of myself a little bit earlier. Okay? You let him in. He's standing there with a bat. And you're like, why in the world do you have a bat? And his response is?
He was like, I just got it. I mean, he probably said, I just got it. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna, hurt him with it or nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
A few minutes later, Jamel shows up. Jamel comes in. He's raising Cain. Does Jamel immediately see Gerard when he comes in? Or is Gerard in the garage waiting for him?
No, I don't think he didn't immediately see him because he was in the garage.
Okay. So why in the world is Gerard hiding in the garage? Why do you think? This is your house. These are people that you allow into your home. Look at this. I would like to hear your perspective on this.
Why would he be hiding in the garage?
Or any reasonable person would view this as the number one priority would be to try to ensure the safety of their child and well-being of their child, not worried about the private, stripping the privilege of the use of a vehicle for that
child. Can y'all just take me to wherever I need to go at? Because I'm done talking.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Good. But none of access to your phone.
I think that it was hard for Stacy to admit why Gerard was in that garage. As a mother, I'm sure when it really hit her, when they asked her that question, she had to feel like shit, It had to hit her. She set her own son up. You know what I mean? At some point, Stacy gets tired, and she asked them to just, take her wherever she's gonna go because she didn't want to talk anymore. I mean, was really nothing else to talk about. What we did know that Gerard's other girlfriend, Shakira Atwater, would be in another interrogation room. You know, she told her lie, and she stood on it.
Yeah, can we have a conversation today?
Well, in response to everything that you just said, I've told you, and just like you told me, you know, think about this, you know, put you and your kids first, you know, tell us everything, and I feel like I have. I don't have a problem with cooperating. I don't want to go through the questioning alone, just because I'm not familiar with any of this. And it's not that I'm trying to save anyone or help anyone. If somebody did something wrong, I'm not against what, you know, your guys' job. I'm not against that.
And that's what we want.
And it's just that, you know, it's been days of this. I've never been in trouble. I teach my kids to hang around a certain, you know, watch who you're around. Try to keep positive energy in your space. And it's just like the last couple of days has been like kind of surreal for me, because I work hard, you know, I go to work, I come home, and that's pretty much all I do, you know. So again, it's not me not cooperating with you or not, you know, or trying to help someone or anything like that. It's just that as far as me going through questioning or anything, I just would like to have someone with me.
Someone with you.
Yeah.
But understand something, and that's your right to have someone with you. I don't know who someone is that you're referring
like counsel.
to. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying you want counsel with you before you talk to us?
Yes.
So you don't want to talk to us? Okay. All right. And I want you to understand something else, you know? This is nothing personal to you. We're all in situations where we got to do what we have to do, okay? And you know that, I want you to know that we have, you know, we've been nothing but professional. There's nothing, whatever we're having to do, it's nothing personal to you. We all just have jobs to do.
Yes.
And we're doing our job the same way we would do it if it was your family member.
Yes.
Okay? So understand it's nothing personal.
Yes.
Okay? All right.
But y'all not gonna beat me up in this.
No, we're not gonna beat you up. We're not gonna let nobody else beat you up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. There is a warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
For accessory after the fact.
Okay.
And then we will have to serve that warrant tonight on you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Tonight or
We're gonna serve it
like
right
in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, before we do that, is there any arrangements that we need to make for you for your children? Do we need to call someone, or
do I get to call someone?
you will when you get over there. When you get to the into the booking process, you'll have access to a free phone call.
I have family here, but I have someone picking them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but I'll call and, you know, check on everything.
okay, so there's no immediate concern right now in terms of care for your children that we need to address.
No.
Okay, because we want to make sure they're taken care of.
Okay. All right.
Rod's other girlfriend, Shakira Atwater, she ain't say a thing. She pretty much stood her ground, you know, stuck to her story. And when they came back to question her a second time, she asked for her lawyer. Studemeyer would get 50 years for killing Jamel. Stacy Studemeyer would get 10 years probation. Shakira Atwater would get 2 probation.
Jamel Kelly was found behind this abandoned home, where neighbors say he was buried in this shallow grave on West Moncrief Road. A former neighbor of Kelly's says the developments into his murder have been shocking.
It's kind of scary because you don't know who you living around.
Investigators say Kelly's mother and girlfriend reported him missing on March 6th. Police believe Kelly's former stepfather, Jared Studemeyer, put Kelly's body in the trunk of his car and dumped it before the car was burned. In May, police say Jared Studemeyer, Kelly's mother, Stacy Studemeyer, and Jared Studemeyer's girlfriend, Shakira Atwater, were all charged in connection to Kelly's murder.
As a mother, I'm like, what could your child do so bad that, you know, you would kill him?
Cases I've come across so far. For a mother to set her own son up to be murdered, you know, that's sick. It's crazy. One part of me feel like Stacy didn't want Jamel to be murdered. You know, she just wanted him, I guess, to be disciplined. But another part of me feel different, you know. Her having Gerard in the garage, you know, her seeing him with the bat, you know, knowing that they chased him, she didn't say or do anything. I do have some advice for the women who sometimes tend to put their man before their kid. Your child is something that can't be replaced, something that you can't give back. You know, your child is someone that you love forever, unconditionally. You know, you never turn your back on your child. A man, and this is coming from a man, is replaceable. Okay? Plenty of fish in the sea, plenty of good men out there. And I just feel like for a mother to turn her back on her kid, it's like some of the filthiest shit you can do in life. Look, I ain't the judge. I ain't the jury. I'm just a hood reporter. See y'all next time on Hood Crime.